I don't know how to say this without sounding weird, but the coronavirus has gotten to our little Sonic. Hey guys, thanks for joining me on another episode of Side Flick. We got a lot of movie news to cover today. Jurassic World 3 finally confirmed their official title. Creed 3 is also confirmed and in the works. Some horror movie news with Scream 5. And yes, you heard me right at the beginning, how the coronavirus is affecting our little blue hedgehog. You guys know the drill. Let's bring it to Facebook days. How many likes is it gonna take for the coronavirus to leave Sonic alone? Let's try 5,000. But be sure to comment down below your thoughts on all the movie news we talk about today and your opinions on them. Alright, but jokes aside, the coronavirus is a real serious epidemic going on right now. If you don't know too much about the coronavirus, I'm sure you can look it up and a lot more smarter people can explain it to you than me. But just in a quick summary, it's a virus that is being originated in China. It seems to be affecting a lot of people over there. Very sad and tragic. China's even going ahead and quarantining some cities completely so the virus can be contained, and it's starting to affect the movie world overseas. Specifically with Sonic the Hedgehog, he was supposed to get a China release by now, have the movie premiere over there. If you didn't know, China has the world's largest population, so helps a lot with a movie and its potential to earn a sequel. We know right now with domestic and international, Sonic the Hedgehog has already made over $200 million. That's double its budget. That's a really great number, especially for a video game movie, but it could be a lot higher if Sonic the Hedgehog could have released in China already. Not even just that, all the movies that are going to be coming out in the next months, including this summer, movie theaters are still completely shut down in China, and it's going to be affecting the box office of a lot of big blockbusters. And I know I was joking around, but the coronavirus, even though it might not affect you personally, it's going to affect whether you might get a sequel or not to your favorite blockbuster this summer. And I know a lot of us can think, well, eventually the movie will release over there and people will get a chance to see it. The reason sometimes movies get released in China before the US is because pirating. People get their hands on the movie online and spread the copy around so that by the time it hits theaters, no one goes out to see it because a lot of people have already pirated the movie. I can only imagine how much money Sonic the Hedgehog has already lost from people pirating the film overseas. I mean, a lot of us have seen a bunch of clips of Sonic the Hedgehog the movie just on YouTube. Where do you think they're pulling those clips from? It ain't just the movie theater. And it's not even just in China. Recently in Italy, they had to shut down production on Mission Impossible 7 just because there was a coronavirus scare, and the cast is going to have to continue moving production, maybe even change their film a little bit to accommodate some of this coronavirus scares. I think this is just so insane how an epidemic like this could affect so many different things, including the movie industry. What are your guys' thoughts on the coronavirus and how it's affecting Sonic the Hedgehog and potentially other movies getting sequels and earning their money? Trying to bring up the mood a little bit, we finally got a confirmation on the title for Jurassic World 3 or Jurassic Park 6, entitled Jurassic World Dominion. And don't worry if you have no idea what that word means, Chris Pratt has you back as he posted the definition. I'm thinking this is the exact definition the movie wants to go ahead and spread around. It reads as Jurassic World Dominion, sovereignty or control, man's attempt to establish dominion over nature. Jurassic World Dominion, hold on to your butts. I'm a holding Chris Pratt. I think the title's fine and suitable. It is very different and a unique of a title. So many times in Hollywood, we get the same 7 titles just regenerated over and over. Whether it's Resurgence, Reloaded, Re-Uploaded. It's a lot of words with the word re in it. Dominion is different, and I think it definitely fits with the Jurassic Park nature. But along with us knowing now the title, we got our first set photo, and the thing that makes me the most excited is if you see the logo, it is the classic red and yellow Jurassic Park logo. I hope to God they go ahead and keep this logo all throughout production, and it's not just for while they're filming. I don't mind the Jurassic World logo, but it just doesn't seem familiar to me. I have no attachment to it. I mean, take a look at the Ghostbusters logo. That is an iconic logo, and for you just to make it a monotone color in stone, it's not that great. And also when you take an inclusion that this movie will have Alan Grant again and a lot of the original characters from Jurassic Park, this is a Jurassic Park movie. It doesn't feel like a Jurassic World movie. I just wonder if this is going to end off the entire trilogy or if it's more set up for other sequels, because I can't get me enough of dinosaurs. The other thing I would love for them to go with this Jurassic World movie is make it a horror film again. I know these Jurassic Park movies are sort of family friendly or can be enjoyed in a family environment, but I get a huge kick out of the fear and these dinosaurs and attacking people that I hope that's kind of what they're going for. As a side little note, one of the original cast members who played the kid in the first Jurassic Park, it looks like he's joining the cast and is going to be showing up just to go to show you that it really is going to be Avengers Endgame of the Jurassic Park franchise bringing everyone who's still alive back. I could not be more excited. What are your thoughts on the title for Jurassic World 3, and if you think they'll keep that classic logo all throughout the movie's marketing? And speaking on third sequels, we have a confirmation, thank goodness. Creed 3 is in the works, moving forward. I could not be more excited for Creed 3. I am just so surprised that we actually made a Rocky spin-off that is just as good as the Rocky franchise. The first Creed did the impossible for me and was so good. Creed 2 I did not think had a chance at all to be as good, but it met that level of expectation where I'm like, man, I really dig these movies. And the fact that they're going to end off their trilogy, who knows if they'll try to make 7 movies like the Rocky franchise. In this modern age, a franchise is usually just 3 movies and it's capped off. And Michael B. Jordan's becoming a huge star. I mean, he already technically is. I wouldn't be surprised if this is their ending chapter. The only thing that kind of bugs me about this announcement is that it's a whole new writer who has not worked on the previous Creed movies. And he's also pretty new to the game because this will be his second movie that he writes. His first movie is one that has not come out yet that is going to star Will Smith, so there's no way to judge the level of excellence that he could provide to the big screen. The other thing I wonder is this could be the first Rocky movie or Rocky Universe film that does not have Rocky in it. They basically gave him a nice little send-off in the last Creed movie that I don't think they would bring him back in a major role. If they did at all, it would be in such a small cameo. And I'm curious to know if you Creed or Rocky fans out there think that they can make a Rocky Universe movie without Rocky showing up and you still being excited. My last wish concerning Creed 3 though is that they get an iconic villain, okay? They did it kind of with Creed 2, but give me some sort of Clubber Lang iconic looking villain that can stay on the big screen and get me pumped for the rivalry and big match of this film. What do you guys think about Creed 3 moving forward with a brand new writer? One thing that just dropped as I was recording this video, but I definitely wanted to add it in this news update because it is just such a fascinating story to me. For those of you who are fans of Indiana Jones, you know that a 5th film is coming with Harrison Ford. Disney is working hard to make this film a reality before just Harrison Ford gets too old. Now it seems like this could be the first Indiana Jones movie that is not directed by Steven Spielberg. A recent article came out where Steven Spielberg is going to be stepping down as the director for Indiana Jones 5 and is instead going to be handing over the director chair to James Mangold. Now, if you don't know who James Mangold is, he is actually a perfect director to take over from where Steven Spielberg came. He's given us movies like Logan and recently Ford vs. Ferrari, which was a fantastic movie, was nominated for an Oscar. The main reason Steven Spielberg gave for not wanting to direct this movie is just that he wanted to give a new generation a different perspective to the story of Indiana Jones. Really, this feels more to me like Steven Spielberg has just sort of lost interest or inspiration in Indiana Jones after what happened with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. As sad as it's going to be for him not to direct this one, I think James Mangold will do a fantastic job, and it kind of excites me a little further for Indiana Jones 5. What do you Indiana Jones fans think of this one being the first film without Steven Spielberg as director? Coming now to some horror movie news, Scream 5. If you didn't know, they're working on a brand new Scream movie. Since the creator, Wes Craven, has passed away, God rest his soul, the rights to the Scream franchise belong to his estate, and they've decided to sell the property to Eyeglass Studios, where they're in turn working on a new Scream movie. And that's all the details that we've gotten so far. We didn't know if this was going to be Scream 5, if it's going to be a Scream reboot. All we know is that we were getting an all-new Scream movie, and I could not have been more excited. Scream is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and the fact that you will continue this world. Unfortunately, we got some sad news right here, as there was recently a horror convention where the cast of Scream met to do a panel for fans, and of course someone asked them about the Scream reboot and if they were a part of it. You can check out this panel on Andy Signore's channel, Popcorn Planet. He does a nice little breakdown of everything that happened there. If you do go check it out, let him know I sent you in the comments. But the cast breaks it down that they have not been approached at all for this new Scream movie, that they have no idea what's going on. They'd be completely open to coming back, at least the characters who are still alive in the Scream franchise, but are very hesitant because they don't think anyone can match the level of what Wes Craven was able to do with the franchise. What I gather from this panel, and knowing the fact that they're working on this movie and getting it set up for us to come very soon, it seems like this is looking to be more of a reboot and not really Scream 5 like a lot of us were hoping for. There was this plot floating around concerning Scream 5 that had me really interested interested, but I don't know if it would work. Basically, this plot set is that Scream 5 would be a complete reboot in a meta fashion where it would bring back all the cast members in the previous Scream movies 1 through 4, but that they would come back as the actors who played them and not necessarily their characters. Sort of like how New Nightmare happened in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. And the killer would be some sort of obsessed fan with the Scream movies going after the cast members for not giving them a 5th film. That sounded like a fantastic idea, and I was hoping it was true, but I never brought it up to the channel just because it was a rumor. Now it seems more likely that it'll just be another random story with brand new characters, and we'll see what the plot entails. I'm still excited to see a new Scream movie, but I just hope it's good. Let me know what you guys think about this Scream movie sounding more like a reboot instead of a sequel to Scream 4. But that is just all the news I have for you guys today. It's been a slow week for movie news, but let me know your opinion on everything. If you made it this far into the video, smash that like button, please. It helps out so much. But as always, my name is Chris. Take care.